Our Philadelphia Eagles are 2025 Super Bowl champions. But what does that have to do with what we're talking about today? Am I just kind of looking for a reason to brag about Philadelphia sports teams? I mean, maybe a little bit. But in reality, the Eagles really do present an example of the way to hire, the way your organization can bring in talent, and doing so in sort of a non-linear fashion. Look at the players that drove the bus for this Super Bowl, led by the quarterback taken in the second round after finishing second in the Heisman and winning a national championship 2 years earlier. A wide receiver who had struggled mightily with mental health concerns and even considered taking his own life. An offensive lineman who suffered 2 injuries, both of which thought to be career-threatening, and who was cast aside as a result of that by the New York Jets. And a defensive lineman looked past by many because of transgressions he had endured in the past. A linebacker not thought highly enough by the New Orleans Saints, who became a Pro Bowler. A defensive backfield anchored by 2 rookies, and of course, the running back, who the New York Giants, a team that could not win anything, decided wasn't good enough or worth the money to spend to stay with New York. Howie Roseman, the general manager, understood that when you're bringing in talent, you have to look past some flaws. You have to look past some things that other organizations might have considered to be important in their rejection of those people. The example I want to talk about when we are in the hiring process is the constant requirement that we impose on the 4-year college degree. Can somebody please articulate to me what is so magical about a 4-year college degree? And don't misunderstand me. I went to college. I loved college. 4 of the best years of my life. The biggest mistake I made was graduating in 4 years. If it were up to me, I'd be the 53-year-old sophomore rolling around campus right now. But what's so magical? What is it that I learned? Well, I learned how to think. I suspect you could probably learn how to think on the job. We understand that the higher education system is broken. We appreciate that there are so many young people who cannot afford or are unwilling to go into $500,000 of debt to obtain this college education that in reality is not necessary for the overwhelming majority of jobs that we are seeking to fill. It's what I refer to as the snob rule. Don't be one. Stop requiring 4-year college degrees or even 2-year associate's degrees for jobs that don't need them. And are there positions for which a 4-year college degree is required? Yes. Certainly those positions where a licensure requirement exists or a certification requirement exists, where a condition precedent for those is that degree. But outside of those, I want you to do yourself a favor. Oh, heck, do me a favor. Every time you sit down to create a job requisition, a posting, an advertisement, whether internal or external, and you see 4-year college degree required, 4-year college degree preferred, please ask yourself one simple question, and that question is why? And perhaps there's a very good reason, but I suspect more times than not, the reason is, well, we just want the person to have a college degree, or that's always been the way it's been done in the past. We all recognize that behind all failed enterprises is the articulation, well, that's the way we've done things in the past. There are so many people who are abundantly qualified to perform the jobs you are seeking to fill, who have made what in all likelihood was the smart decision not to go $250,000, $500,000 in debt to receive a college degree. Notwithstanding the current war on DEI, on diversity, equity, and inclusion, I am still a believer that diversity matters. I am a believer that diversity drives productivity, drives profitability, drives workplace culture, and yeah, can even be a litigation avoidant. Consider seriously, in those positions where it is appropriate, eliminating the requirement of a 4-year college degree, you are removing from the qualified applicant pool a massive amount of people who I promise you productively and effectively can perform the jobs you are seeking to fill. It's the snob rule. Don't be one. And if you need any further evidence of why thinking, sorry for the phrase, outside the box, engaging in hiring practices that are a little bit different than your competitors may be engaging in, look no further than my Philadelphia Eagles. Thanks so much again, friends. Please leave a comment. Please share the post. Please keep your ideas coming. And in all likelihood, for the last time, until we get to next July when training camp starts, go Birds.